Welcome to Just a Few More Minutes podcast, where three veterans of the animation and video game industry talk about exactly that, animation and video games. I am one of your hosts. I am Jeff Gabor. I am an animator at Blue Sky Studios, and alongside me is...
For the last time, Michael Berardini. Started an animator, still am an animator.
And I'm Pete Paquette. Yeah, I'm Pete Paquette, animator, Santa Claus, all that shit.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, I just want to say, I haven't been this nervous to do an episode since like episode number 1.
I'm with you on that. A little nervous. I had to get a drink just to get through this episode.
Also, look what I'm drinking, and listen to it, Jeff. Got ice in the cup, your favorite.
Was that Jeff that was
Nick.
upset by that? I thought that was Nick.
Oh, it was Nick? What's up, Nick, Mr. Director? Listen to this.
Well, he's almost done, right? All that shit is coming to a close.
Animation's wrapped. They're working on sound. They're finishing up all that extra effects and stuff on Spies in Disguise and lighting, and they got a ways to go in Sim. But I don't know. At this point, Michael would know more than I would because I haven't been at the studio for weeks.
That's true. And a lot has changed.
Is that right?
That is true, too.
I mean, just in general, a lot has changed. I'm changing desks. I'm moving into the pirate ship because our dear friend Brandon left to go to the West Coast, which is sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Pretty broken up about it. That's still a sore subject. And then you
Brandon Kern, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
good
guy. He doesn't have any plans. He's moving out. I don't want to talk for him, but Pixar peeps, if you're listening, let's chat or chat with him, whatever. And with that, our dear friend Doble, he is a supervisor on Nimona now, which means he's moving to where Jeff sat.
He booted me.
Jeff is moving across the aisle from me.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
You're leaving the treehouse, Jeff?
There's so much change, man. Not only am I not part of JAFMM, I'm not even part of the treehouse anymore.
Nah, dude. The treehouse never leaves you. You leave the treehouse.
But JAFMM definitely leaves you.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Because you sort of wanted to keep it going on your own, right? For a little bit?
I thought about it, yeah.
Mindy came up with the perfect title if you do decide to do that.
Yeah, what was that?
Jeff's A Few More Minutes.
That's really good.
It's solid.
That's really good.
She's a funny girl.
Like he's writing it down right now.
Yeah. For anybody, we are actually streaming this live. I guess people that would hear this afterwards wouldn't know that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hi to everybody that is currently in the Twitch, and for the people that are watching and don't have a login to chat, well, we'll just say hi anyways.
Hey, thanks to everybody in the chat right now. We appreciate you. Hey, look, we got some people in there now. I don't know who any of these people are.
I know they all got their secret names.
We know who Jaggy Man is.
Yeah.
I'm going to type sup hose. That one's me.
Yes, BMX Ride 437.
Yeah.
It has been 3.5 years, and every episode of Just a Few More Minutes starts the same way. So why change tradition now? So every episode starts with an animation tip, and we'll do things a little different. I think we all got some parting words for our tips as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going first?
That is
Jeff. Why don't you go with the actual tip first?
It's not. I mean, it's a little bit more vague. It's not. We're not getting into the weeds on this one. So, an animator, probably about 8-9 years ago, before she left Blue Sky, kind of gave me a tip, which I've kind of, I guess it would be up for debate how well I've taken it, but it's, I do feel like it's important, which is to stay humble and hungry, in this industry and in your life is something I guess those are the last things I would want to say, because it makes you a hungry animator, makes you a better artist, and it makes you a likable person. and it gives perspective to your entire life of what all this is for and what it means. And I mean that in the way of like, for people that are in this industry already, it's easy to get jaded and grumpy, but it's events that I know Michael and I talked about it on the episodes where we were coming back from CTN, but those kind of big events make you appreciate how special it is to be in this industry and how many people would die to work where we are. And so a little bit of humility and humbleness just to realize where we are and how special it is, and the people that we're around like-minded people for the most part, and how special that is, and how good it feels. I mean, Pete, I met you almost 15 years ago now, and it's a friendship I expect to last as long as you keep living.
That's kind of fucked up, man.
But likewise with Michael, like, you meet a lot of great people.
I was waiting for my nice comment too.
No, we meet all these great people in this industry, and it's something to be very happy and humble about and appreciative for. And all the people that are even in, that showed up in the Twitch right now just to say hi, like that. They didn't have to do that, and then it's nice for that. And then we got a lot of nice comments of people through the last week just saying that they appreciated the podcast, and a lot of those people are ex-employees and that we worked with, and they build a lot of bonds and friendships that I think will last a long time. So, very special industry that we're in, and something to be appreciative for.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And I can riff off that because mine's kind of similar.
Oh, yeah. Beans, you're going to make me go last. Okay, all right.
Well, I'm going to preface mine with a story. So ever since I left New York and I left Blue Sky, it hasn't been a surprise or even there hasn't been a real moment in time where I wasn't always fearful of my job and of keeping one so I could support my family. And when that happens, you find yourself in a situation where you are taking work because you have to, rather because you want to, just for means of survival. And so I got hired at a small company here in Boston. And actually, before I say that, one of the things that I found myself doing more and more as time went on was like, I gotta get out of animation. I gotta find that golden goose, and I gotta switch over, and et cetera, et cetera. So the ironic thing is, I got hired by this small company, a VFX company in Boston, and there's no, I don't mean any offense to any of the people that work there. I'm not going to mention the company. I don't have any offense to the company either. When they hired me, they said, okay, you're going to be doing animation, and you're going to be, the lead on all the projects. And I was like, okay, I'll and I took the job. And I said, and they said, you also got to be open to other things. And I was totally fine with that because I wanted to learn something out of animation. And I was miserable. For that entire time I was there, because what ended up happening, I started noticing the animation work started dropping, and the other stuff, like the rendering tech and all that kind of thing I was learning, was picking up. And again, no offense to anybody that knows where I'm talking about, or the company or anything, but I was actually happy when they let me go. And that's weird coming from a guy who lost his job so many times before that.
Yes,
and I was so happy to be let go because I wanted to animate more than anything in my life at that point. And the point is, this is a long-winded way of saying the point is, if you are put on this earth to do something and you're good at it, and don't deny that talent, don't deny the urge to leave it, because I'm telling you, like, I speak from experience when I say you will miss it more than anything. And if this is what you're going to do, go with it. Like, if this is what your path is lying ahead of you, don't go against the stream, just roll with it. And if you're trying to get in and this is what you want to do more than anything else in your life, you drop everything and you dedicate the time and the work that's necessary to do it, because you never want to be anywhere else. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you I guess you went through the hard lesson of learning that one.
Yeah. So,
well, my animation tip is fuck animation reference. Just kidding. My animation tip is also one of these like fucking preachy weird things, like, because I guess we're all feeling a little emotional tonight or something. Fuck, man. I don't want to. Nah. Animation is good. Just do it.
Come on, Michael.
I'm not prepared.
We both spilled our guts.
Nah, I'm good.
If Jack can type a couple ones if they want Michael to say his tip.
I'm acting. My animation tip is to speak up, because your voice needs to be heard and your opinion matters in whatever form it is. There's a lot of stuff going on the internet and everything, and at work and stuff, and just be known that you matter and your voice matters and it deserves to be heard, regardless of everything. So, there, Big Daddy Burton. Did I make you cry? Yeah. So that's my animation tip.
It feels like there's some story behind that one.
No, I just don't. No, I mean, okay, you know me. I've always sort of struggled with like public speaking, I guess. And it's weird that I'm on a podcast and I speak, but it's mostly just speaking to a wall. But like, the more I've had to do it at work and stuff, the more you realize like, oh, you actually can contribute, and the things you say have an effect and a meaning, and don't let yourself get in the way of yourself. That's my tip.
Excellent tips, gentlemen.
And oh god, that was stupid. Whatever. I don't even care about this fucking podcast. Let's
go. Well, this has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast.
Yo, I did the thumbnail for this episode. It's gonna make you people cry. Nah, nobody actually cares.
It'll make me cry. That'll be enough.
I got a sneak preview. It's pretty sad. But what have you guys been up to since last month? Anything cool?
Hey, I got something.
Yeah.
It's a big bomb I'm gonna drop on you, Pete.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And Jeff, I told you I wasn't gonna mention this, but I decided I am. Mindy and I are pregnant.
Dude, that is some fantastic news. That is congratulations. You're gonna be a great dad.
Thank you. I know.
Oh, I wish we still had the old school ukulele.
I know, right?
Yeah, they definitely they didn't update that for the latest iOS. I checked.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's such great news.
So
I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, it's more big changes all around for all of us. So. I think people wanted to, know why we were ending the podcast. And I think it has a lot to do with all these changes adding up to being something that's, it's time to move on and to say goodbye for a while. We're all dipping in and putting our concentration on other things. Pete, you want to talk about your things?
Yeah, sure. One of the big things for me is one of the biggest things for me is just my personal health. I'm not sick or anything, but I'm also not healthy, and a lot of that just came with the territory of years of just overbooking myself and working like a madman.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking some time off to help myself. I've already
Your
lost
arms
20,
are crazy,
20
man.
pounds.
Whoa, 20 pounds already.
Yeah.
You look good.
So I'm focusing on that first and foremost. The other thing I'm going to be focusing on is obviously my game Kroom. I'm really just excited to that it's actually like a thing now, and it's not a concept,
Yeah. It's like a legit fucking cool game.
Man, Michael, Pete sent me the latest build of it, so I played it the last couple days. Man, so many big changes and so many improvements. Even Pete, I finished the first level, so I got to see the cutscene thing.
Ooh, cutscenes.
Man, so cool.
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad you like it.
And the second level is these guys are changing this into a completely different game now. It's like you guys know what you're doing now. You can feel the progression from the first level where you're figuring it out, where now the second level is okay, you guys are building a game here. So
can I be honest? Video game development is, I don't know anything about it aside from what people tell me and the shit that I read, but seeing your game slowly come to fruition, and then on top of that, Gwen, the podcast friend, your friend especially, her game Kine has been legit featured in a Nintendo showcase and is slated to release in a month or two, right?
October 17th,
and it's and it's, you just see these things until they become real, and then they come out and they're actual games, and it's really fucking cool. And it's sort of weird to me that it actually happens, but that actually gives me hope and excitement that Kroom will become a full-on thing too, and I hope to see it on Nintendo's indie streams and shit too in the future.
Thanks, man.
And I think it will.
Thanks. And it's been a blast to work on. And to answer Balsaki and Cart question about an online demo, is that there's no online demo yet.
But they can go to Twitch.Orange Door Studios, right?
Or Orange Door Bros.
Orange Door Bros. Okay.
For Orange Door Brothers, because Orange Door Studios is already taken.
Okay, Orange Door Bros. But you can watch your brother and you build the game, and a lot of times that's play testing it here and there. All right, do a little code, test it. So you can get a pretty good feel for what the game is just by going on there, and you can check out their latest VODs and just watch some old ones.
Yeah, I just put it in the chat.
There it is.
My brother streams, I think, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays now. So, and usually I'm there too, either in the chat or I'll call in every once in a while if we're kind of brainstorming design ideas or something. And it's cool. It's our love letter to I guess the best way to put it. And my brother came up with this saying, or this phrase, is that, do you remember playing, okay, how do I explain this? If you have fond memories of playing an old game, and basically you play it again and it doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're aiming for those fond memories. that's what we want it to remind you of. That's like so like we want it to really feel like an authentic, like, but yet
it's
a
still
little
holds up.
more polished NES game, if that makes sense.
Like Shovel Knight or something.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah.
So.
I mean, it definitely hits you in the pants of nostalgia. That's for sure.
Good.
I want to give a special shout out to Pete because he's not talking about the other reason why we need to sort of quell off of the podcast a bit is because he's been the fucking workhorse of this show for a very long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, for a while, I think we all split the duties pretty well, but then something happened and, you know, we wanted to make the episodes a little more professional, a little more polished. And Pete took on literally editing all the audio, which comes with all the video, which, you know, was my dumb idea to have our stupid faces on. And not that it matters. I just thought people might want that. But that just added an extra level of work. And Pete took over all of it. And so he's been doing a shit ton of work for every single one of these episodes for a very long time. And that definitely probably contributed to his wrists and his arms and cut into his work time and his family time. So we appreciate Pete.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah, all the little music interstitials that I feel like are there for me only. They're like little, they're little love letters to me. I'm like, oh, he used Sword of Vermilion. Oh, that's good.
It's kind of what it is, really. It's not like I know that some people will get it, but a lot of people won't, and that's fine. It's what I love.
Look, people in the chat, they love you, Pete. And then Jeff just said hi to his brother.
Hey, it's Simmons. Hey, Simmons.
Yeah, we got Simmons in there. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael, by the way, for the kind words.
Hey, man, you're the fucking heart of the show, and everybody knows it.
Jeff, if you want to chime in at any time, feel free. I'm just kidding.
No,
Jeff said you'd be my friend until you pass away.
Nothing else.
Yeah, that's right. You said I'll you know, you'll be my friend until I die.
And I will cling to you. That's right, cling.
Hey, you guys. Yeah. I have a really special gift for you guys on this final episode of ours.
Oh, no.
Jeff, can you share your screen and pull that trailer up?
Yes.
I'm going to move my head over here.
Shoot, how do I share the screen again?
You hit the buttons that look like share screen buttons in Skype.
Oh, yep, start sharing. But then you have to like actually hit it, right? You have to do something.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't want to hang up.
No, definitely not.
Oh wait, it says I'm sharing. I'm sharing?
You are sharing.
Oh.
Please go to the Oh, nobody look. Can we hear it? Full screen.
Full screen.
Lucy. Time to wrap it up.
Just a few more minutes.
Ah! You could stop it. No. We don't get copyright strike.
Can I just say that trailer looks awesome too?
It does, and Natalie Portman's a big fan. You have to stop sharing your screen.
I'm gonna stare. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, hold on.
Great job. All right,
I did it.
Good. That was good.
You did it, Jeff.
That was a lot of work for that joke, but.
Oh boy.
You did it, Jeffrey. You did it.
I did it. Did it, Mayor. So in terms of other things that, yeah, I mean, I'm. There's a lot of new things going on for all of us. Michael, you have the baby. I have my 2 kids that are crazy and awesome and spending a lot of time there. Work feels like it's brand new. Michael, you're moving on to a brand new movie. I'm not going to be on the same movie as you. I don't know when we're ever going to work together again. Like, it's going to be a long time.
It is, but at least we can look at each other.
Yeah. That's cool. I'll sit across from you now, which.
Do you want to know my secret plan?
Yeah, you tell me what your not so secretive plan will be.
I bet I know what it is.
Now you know.
Can I guess?
Yes, please.
You're gonna take the other side and make the other side of the pirate ship.
Oh, no, wait, that's way too much work. No. My secret plan is to chisel away at Jeff's bitch face at work.
Man, I would have
gonna
never guessed that.
I'm going to get that fucking smile that we just saw to show up way more frequently and let everyone know that he's not a hard ass. He's a sweet fucking bear.
Aw.
People think you're a hard ass, Jeff?
Oh my god. Everybody, I get, asshole, angry, intimidating, grumpy,
What?
whatever, all that stuff. So, but
Hey, you sat in my seat.
I know it rubbed off. Every part of you rubbed off. No, I
Even
don't
the
know.
sharts.
It's weird. Yeah, I think
There's a ghost in that building, and it possesses whoever sits in that seat.
Oh no, Doble. Doble's gonna be a hard ass now.
I can see it. He's already getting worn down. Ain't you, Double?
Yeah, you're the
in
last.
the chat.
Jeff, you're the last person I would consider a hard ass. That's funny. Either that or people have gone soft on me.
I think it's a combination of a lot of different things, but yeah, the people that know me best know I'm not that way. So
Yeah.
Yep.
it's fine. The other thing we wanted to do on this episode was talk about our top 6. Michael, do you want to sing your top 6 theme song?
Fuck, you have to give me a goddamn notice. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
It's Michael's top 6.
All right.
Yeah.
It's our top 6 favorite moments of the last 3.5 years in podcasts of the JAFMM podcast. You guys want to round robin this? Each
I
four
thought
sixes?
I didn't.
I thought
think
it was
you guys
just
were
Michael
doing it
doing
too.
it. I don't have a. I could come up with them on the fly.
Yeah, come up with them on the fly, or just comment on Michael's and I's.
Yeah. I mean, mine are very, very broad, so hopefully we don't have the same shit,
Oh
Jeff.
no, mine are much more specific, I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, Mike. I'll go first. You always are the closer.
I'm better at it than you.
That's right. My number 6 favorite moment was our call-in episode. I think it's labeled clusterfuck.
That's my number 5.
Was it really?
That one,
Even though it made me so uncomfortable.
It was so uncomfortable. Oh yeah.
yeah, ironically too, is that's the one episode that got covered and our views spiked,
Oh yeah.
and everybody saw the shittiest episode we've ever made.
Yeah.
The views went like woo! Wow! After that one.
Yeah. It's the podcast that's most unlike the rest of our episodes, and it's the one that got posted on animation as, hey, here's an animation podcast. It's like,
Yep.
whoop, we made a big mistake making that our call-in episode.
Speaking of podcasts, animation related, since we're gone, Shiyun and I forget who, but they have a new cool animation podcast that probably has 1 billion fucking views already.
Probably.
So go give them 1,000,000,001.
We have a quick question from the audience here.
No, we're gonna get to that later, Kirby.
Okay, Kirby, you just hold on to your dick.
Yeah, you.
Thanks for your question. Sit down. My number 6 of the top 6 moments of the past 3.5 years with these 3 boys doing the podcast known as Just a Few More Minutes. Jeff's Few More Minutes was the very first episode. The nerves were going crazy. We were drinking, got drunk. I feel like we're yelling and hooting, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh wow, this is an actual can be a thing.
Yeah.
And then you go back and listen to it. It's like, well, that's what a podcast is. We actually did that.
I remember that. That was great.
And like that goes along with like memories of I was up trying to sleep in bed, and it was like midnight, but we were texting back and forth about what the fuck our name was going to be for the podcast and everything, and trying to come up with the design for the logo and doing the animation.
Mindy
We're so
Berardini
excited.
with that logo. Very well done.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was
Oh.
almost 4 years ago.
And
That's
oh,
insane.
dude, thank you, Cabbage, in the chat. Remember when we did sponsors?
Oh,
Yeah.
Subway's Wookie Yookie Cookie.
Actually, that is the real reason why the podcast is ending. Is Subway is suing our ass.
We finally needed to come clean.
Yeah.
Oh, Tab thought it was real.
No one would ever want to fucking support us. It's okay.
Oh, man. The hairy Wookie Yookie cookie.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, we were sponsored by Trump before he was the president, which now, looking back,
Still never cared for that joke.
I
Man,
didn't think he had a chance in hell. So that was hindsight's 2020 on taking that sponsorship.
Remember the episode where we recorded and then we finished the episode and Trump was elected president, and it was like, what? That was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, it was weird
That
that,
was a
we
crazy one.
recorded election night. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
So-
chat, Morton says, "Hey guys, sorry to see you guys go. Learned a bunch, and I felt like I got to know you a little better. Best, Morton." Thanks,
Thank you, Morton.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I didn't think I'd be sad to go, but I guess I am.
Yeah, it's always kind of sad when you kind of part ways and stuff.
Yeah.
After I mean, we've been doing this almost as long as people go to college. You know,
That's true.
it's pretty crazy. And I remember the last days of college being like an end of an era. So it's not too much different, honestly.
Fun fact: the average podcast lasts 3 months.
Hey, that's probably because they're not as stubborn as we are. It's like, hey,
Yes.
we got fucking 50 viewers. Let's just keep going.
My number 5 was our episode discussing our favorite animations.
I never did number 6.
Oh, sorry, man. I thought you were just going to comment. You go ahead. Go with yours.
No, I would say these are in no particular order, but one of the things that I will consider an entry is just our guests we had on the show. We had some great guests, some very talented and professional guests.
I have
Yeah.
a list of all of our guests.
Yeah, do it.
Special shout outs to them. Hold on. I got a new phone and I'm still learning how to do this fucking swipe up thing instead of my home button. Okay.
All right. Wait. Let me see if I can name them all without looking. All right.
No, that's not interesting. Tell me how many guests did we have? Guess how many we had.
Off the top of my head, 7.
Pete?
16.
16.
We're right in between. We had 13 guests.
Whoa, that is way more than I thought.
So, our very first guest talking about soundtracks was BJ Crawford.
That was good.
Yeah.
Our second guest, a sweet guy in the chat right now,
Simmons, gotta be.
Matt Simmons.
Yeah.
And I pitched him Slur Star, and he laughed at me. And then, lo and behold, another game with cuss words and insulting people came out and did wonders.
Yeah. You had Slur Star first. Should have done it.
I did. I know, but I don't know how to make games, like I said. Our third guest was our dear friend Jamie Geiger. Probably we argued about Xbox.
Oh, yeah. It was PlayStation versus Xbox. That was a good one.
Probably. Our fourth guest, Ron Pucciarelli.
Ronnie Pucciarelli. Thank you, Ronnie,
We
for being on the
should have had him
show.
back to talk about God of War. That was real dumb of us.
Whoops.
Because shout out to Ron, the animation of that game was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Our fifth guest happened when I was out of town, Trevor Young.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Our sixth guest, Benjamin Gross, talking about those sweet-ass mobile games and developing that stuff. Our seventh guest, Somchai Green, Pete's bud.
Oh yeah, Samchai.
Our whatever number guest, I don't remember what I'm on now, was our buddy Drew Winey.
Was he filling in for my for when I had Mackenzie?
Yeah, you were gone. I remember he was here, and I'd never remembered. I had never recorded. You guys always took care of the recording, and I had to record our side, and I did it in Adobe Premiere, but it only lets you record for 10 minutes at a time, so we had to just keep recording, and we skipped and lost it. I never even listened to that episode. It was probably really bad.
Samchai getting some love in the chat there.
Yeah, Samchai is Green Tank in the chat actually.
Oh,
he says, "I don't remember. Was I drunk?"
Samchai is very funny.
Yeah,
our next guest that I think was perhaps one of our best interviews was with Mr. Mike Walling.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, that his story on how he got into animation is one of a kind, and if you haven't heard that one yet, I would suggest going back and
that's the
listening.
That's the go-to episode. If somebody wants to know what this podcast is, I always point them. Just find the Walling episode. Just listen to that one. That one's great.
I mean, that is not what this podcast is. That's a good episode.
Yeah, I guess I probably should start somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Just not the clusterfuck. I didn't technically include you, Pete, but your episode was also fucking great.
My episode.
Where Jeff interviewed you.
Oh.
I was out of town, and I couldn't be there for it, but I remember listening to it on the plane, and I was like, oh, shit, man. This is good. This is real good. Anyway.
Thank you.
Next guest, Patrick Hickey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Who has a new book coming out.
Books.
Another one, huh?
Books.
Yeah, a series of books. So his next one's coming out, I think, in November. It's called Minds Behind the Adventure Games. And the lineup's pretty great. I don't have it in front of me, but I actually wrote the foreword for it.
You did?
Oh, wow. I did not know that. That's
Yeah. So, which was scary, but fun all at the same time.
He's also a voice in Kroom, right?
He is Kroom.
He is Kroom.
And he is writing he's helping us write the story. He does he does all the dialogue, and we hired him as a writer for the game. So
pretty awesome. Next up, we already talked a little bit about her game, Kine Gwen Frey. That was a good episode.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Gwen is awesome, and I'm so happy for her that Kine is moving forward the way that's.
I've since she was on our podcast, and just before she was on our podcast, I started listening to her podcast, The Dialogue Box. Highly recommend it. Really good. Still listen to it every time they upload an episode. It's really good.
It's good.
Yeah, fantastic podcast.
Our next set of guests, the power duo, Deb Stone and Mindy Berardini.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think.
I loved that. That was fun.
I think that was our only other live episode, maybe. But that one was cool because we had remember we had a daughter and her dad or mom in the chat, and they were asking questions, and we were helping them out, trying to give the best answers we could. That was cool.
That was cool. It was weird that the face cam was just on us though.
Oh yeah, I do thoroughly regret that. It was a bad choice.
Oh well.
And our actual final guests were the Blue Sky interns, Christine Kwok and Tabitha Kitchen.
Oh yeah, on the little interview we did, huh?
Yep.
That was good.
That was a good one.
Well, so look at that. Look how long your number 6 took, Pete. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we only have a few more minutes.
Look at that.
So I'll re-say my number 5 was discussing our favorite animations. That one where we kind of brought up clips from whatever we wanted, and we just broke down the animation. I chose a clip from Catstone Dance. Pete, you did a little a little like 2D animated short guy with the guy in the swing and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Michael, you broke down the thief. What is it called? The something thief.
I don't remember the name of it, but it's cool animation.
Yeah, it was a little cat that kind of transformed. It hasn't come out yet, but it was just like a little clip yet.
Yeah, that thing is insane.
But man, just like actually breaking down animation with you guys and frame effing it, that was really fun. That was a good one. So,
The Food Thief.
Food Thief. Okay.
Everybody look it up. And
So-
yeah, I think that was like when we were starting to realize nobody really gave a shit about us talking about video games. They wanted us to talk about animation all the time.
Yeah.
So that-
Yeah,
And we did it.
especially in a,
Oh, go ahead.
what's that? Go on.
What?
Go ahead, Jeff. I said go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying we did entire episodes where we had Game of the Month and had people try to. We started with Zelda, and man, that was like really fun. And then nobody participated ever again. So it was like, wow, we got to start talking about animation.
Hey man, those episodes are pretty high on my list.
Yeah,
Okay,
Game of the Month. Wow,
we'll get
that's a
there.
while ago.
My number 5, we already covered it, the call-in clusterfuck. So I'll just skip to my number Quattro.
Okay.
And I know this is on your list, Jeffrey.
Oh crap.
The original jalapeno bet.
Yeah.
You fucking coward, slimy little son of a bitch.
This is the Rogue One bet.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that is on my list.
Latino lawyer, if you're out there, man, I'll never forget that. Also, I'll never
Yeah.
forget you were like our only fan for a really long time. So
That's right.
That was the best, man. Weaseling out of that, because I mean, I clearly lost that bet. I lost
Yes,
it hardcore. And I found a way to find one person that happens to be a lawyer to agree with me. One! I beat it. I beat the system. I didn't actually win, but I beat the system.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of the system, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
now that I think about it, this was a real shit fucking memory, and I'm not including it. My favorite memory is when Pete had to eat a jalapeno, and he just fucking muscled it down. And didn't matter at all. It was like, oh, that was a really boring video.
It might as well have been a green pepper, or a bell pepper. Like, it was nothing. It was nothing.
I did have a little bit of a response though afterwards. It was I was turning red and it was hot, you know.
Yeah, you were like, Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But
it-
I loved, my number 5 was actually watching Michael with that camera
The
that was like
webcam.
right above his.
That video is so good.
You like screaming. That video was so awesome.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, that was
Love
fun. And like just the jalapeno bet and what all came from that. All of our other bets, having to fucking eat a pile of bugs and you eating my vomit in a cup with some bugs in it, man.
Dude, that is 2 guys, 1 bag of insects. That was nasty.
That was
I
fun.
can't believe you guys did that.
Yeah, I still can't believe Jeff did that.
That was disgusting.
It was
That's actually
horrendous.
one of my other entries, is the bug episode. I can't believe you guys did that. That
No.
was just
And
nasty.
we owe so much of it to Cabbage. He's saying he's sorry. That was
Yeah,
that
Jeff
was
shouting
entire-
"Do it" to Drew last second. Him fucking betraying me.
Well, the Drew donated $1,000 for me to eat chewed up bugs by
Whoa.
Michael.
You're just putting that out on the internet.
I don't care. It was for the kids, man. So
It is for them.
you donate that to kids that need help. I'm not going to say I'm going to eat those bugs. And it was awful. And the fact that you slightly vomited into those bugs that I ate, that is horrendous.
I think this is a good segue to say that we are still going to do our Extra Life Marathon.
Kirby.
In fact, this Twitch channel is not going away, because whenever we get the urge to just play a game or whatever, we'll do it on here.
Right.
And the annual marathon, we'll keep doing it.
Yep.
So
We're
It's
into
not-
the
it's not-
tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars raised. I don't know if we're over 30 or over 40,000, but we got a lot.
yeah, and it's pretty amazing how much we raked in over the years.
Yeah. Last year,
Pretty
I mean,
amazing.
a lot of it due to those last second bets and Drew helping out. Like last year was somewhere around 15,000. Man, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we'll get to it. You go, Jeffrey.
Well, so my number 4 was the Walling episode. We talked about that. My number 3 was Rogue One, and my number 2 was the Bug Fiasco. So
Jeez.
it's on you, Michael.
Okay, my number 3 favorite moments. There was a few of them because we've been doing this for so many years now, but I loved our year-end wrap-up episodes.
Those were the
those are
were
great.
the most fun to do for sure.
Yeah,
I look
and
forward-
they're also our most researched episodes.
yeah.
Usually we just waltz in and like, what are we talking about? I don't know. But that one, we all come to the table with stuff, and it's just fun.
Yeah, it's a great time.
I love doing the recap and the looking forward. Those are my 2 favorite to do every year. So those are great.
Yep.
Pete, what do you got? Anything off the cuff?
Let's see. I really nothing comes to mind right now.
Yep, that's fine.
I would say just in general is Mikey's music.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
Mikey's music. Yeah.
This is a late edition. That's like third act stuff right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty late, but it was cool, man. It was awesome. It's always fun and
But
Well,
even the
you know.
even the Michael's top 6, that was at least always the ba 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 ba.
yeah,
Oh, that's true.
there was always some sort of
Ba, ba, ba,
music.
ba,
in
that's copyright.
there.
Thank you. I am a musical genius. And my number 2 top 6 moment is the Game of the Month episodes. Those, I thought, maybe we didn't get the views we necessarily wanted, but I
Yeah.
thought it was probably our most committed era of our podcast, where,
Totally.
you know, we would all fucking play an entire game together and discuss it, and it genuinely felt like we were having a real discussion together. Because, you know, sometimes it feels like
Sorry.
we're hitting notes and moving on, but this one was like legitimate, and they were really great. And we also, like, I don't know when we started adding video, but I was definitely like recording all my gameplay and cutting it in. And I'm gonna stop talking so I can read what's making all you laugh in the chat.
Well, it's funny. Like Aaron's mentioning like Resident Evil, and just the fact that I had to turn the audio off to get through that game, and I had my daughter sitting on my lap, like when she was like, she must have been three months old, and she was on my lap, and I'm playing without the audio and still getting scared, like during the day. It was damn
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I was laughing at Samchai's
Yeah. that's
comment.
good.
By the way, I'm finally playing fully all the way through Last of Us, and my goodness, I'm having.
We did it,
problems.
y'all.
I'm having problems with it. It's not even that scary of a game, and I'm having problems getting through it. Like I get so anxious.
What are
Well,
you, bitch?
I remember Resident Evil being one of the harder games I've ever had to play. So you're not alone, Jeff.
Yeah, that game was scary, man.
Yeah. A last minute game of the month, huh? That's
Well, actually, a game that just finally is coming out that we talked about, I think, on probably episode 1, Knights and Bikes is finally out.
Oh,
finally out, yeah.
dude. Okay, so you remember probably during the Game of the Month stuff, I was reaching out to fucking literally everyone trying to get us free copies of games and stuff. Just got Knights and Bikes last week.
So we have established ourselves as a legitimate podcast finally.
We
I love
officially got 2 games during our tenure of this podcast: Sniper Elite and Knights and Bikes. And I didn't play it very much because I've been busy. But it was pretty neat to see an email that was like, hey, there's an embargo on this. You can't talk about it. And I was like, yeah, games journalism.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I have it because I backed it and installed it. I just haven't had a chance to play. But I'm everything about it seems so awesome. The whole concept of it being 2 girls who are friends growing up in the 80s, and it's very interesting visual design. It just looks great. Can't wait to play it.
And I've heard it's been getting like really good reviews and everything, so I'm definitely eager to jump into it. I'll be gone for a while, but I'm definitely going to play it. And shout out to Foam Sword Games and the lady that got us the copy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Pete,
where are we? Number 2 or?
I just did my number 2.
Okay. So I love when we would make comments about Jeff's hair. I just fucking loved that.
Well, I don't know if you heard my joke earlier, but I said Pete is the heart of the podcast and Jeff is the hair of the podcast.
I did do my hair for tonight.
I knew you did, son of a bitch.
Oh, look at that. Look at that whip and do.
That one little fucking strand of hair going swoosh. You could ride that into the sunset, you know what I'm saying?
That if I got that one cutting across in front, that means I'm really giving some effort.
Oh, Simmons has a good point. We did get the Tetris Effect demo for the Extra Life Marathon last year.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool.
I'm a wheeler and dealer, man, scheming left and right.
Yeah, I didn't realize the whole world did too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
That came in just at the right time.
Oh, Jeff's hair needs kawaii eyes. That reminds me of the time a girl said, you look like a Dragon Ball Z character. You did not appreciate that.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Who said that? I want to find them and shake their hand.
She's gone. Jeff, what's your number 1?
All right. So I got a little treat for you guys for number 1.
No, you didn't.
I do.
You got me free games.
So, one thing I love about this podcast is how it's just us 3 being stupid and being irreverent and explicit. And I can't imagine there's new animation podcasts out there. They're not going to be us. They're not going to have the dick jokes. They're not going to have the insanity. So I did a quick best of for you guys to play.
Oh, really?
Can I just do my number 1 first then?
Yeah.
It was Extra Life. I really enjoyed that. Let's do your thing.
All right. If it's too low, you let me know.
Okay.
I'm really nasally now. I'm Jeff Gabor.
Don't fucking laugh at that.
Zing-a-ding, motherfucker. And here's my Pete. Hey, guys, this fucking Wii U's pretty good, huh?
What exactly is a Wookie cookie?
The's a lot of cream in it. Fucking Beatles.
Fucking Rocky Raccoon can suck my cock.
Snoke, also known as a female's vagina.
And then Duracell came along and I told them to go fuck themselves.
Suck out the nods.
Tangents
Keeping it
make or
loose.
break podcasts. They've broken ours.
Even though Ikari Warriors sucks a huge D.
Is that good?
Yeah, Jeff's all like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball.
I don't ever want to animate someone singing.
Hey, you shut your mouth. You shut your whore mouth.
PlayStation VR, that would like explode people's dicks off.
You actually kicked their dick off.
Fuck you, I'm gonna punch your dick off to the moon.
Dexter, and I
Suck your dad's dick better.
Bet you my dad could suck your dad's cock better.
Oh, no.
Jesus, we're bringing this up again.
Have you seen him suck dick compared to the other dads? The guy with the curly hair
Has a dad that blows some major cock.
Jeff Gabor, Annie Winner.
Fucking goes suck a dick.
Well, what did I win?
Oh, you get a Jeff blowjob.
You got just a few more minutes?
Nobody cares.
Fuck Game of Thrones, man.
Fucking hard. What do I do with all this liquid? It's so sticky.
Seriously, if you rub your dick against the mic one more time.
It's just so furry. Jiggly boo.
Boobages.
And then you overfeed that pony and it gets diarrhea. Fuck yeah, I work at Pixar. I'm fucking awesome, dude.
Did you want to stay over tonight, Michael?
I mean, if we share.
I could give you an animation tip. What does the echo sound like? Please do it again. There you go.
They're smart over there, those Japanese folk. Shout out to Mom.
Her Twitter
Yeah, you guys are hammered.
is dickgoggler6969.
Your mama's so fat she can't play Candy Crush because she has diabetes.
Why do I gotta be like
I
this?
never thought I was an optimist until sitting next to you. This is my time, Jeffrey. Shut up. But when Blue Sky took its shirt off, I was like, holy fuck, dude, you're pretty good.
I'm Jonathan Blow.
You just go to town on the boys with your guns, and then you call in the big boys.
It's not weird that I'm an old man hanging out with a teenage boy all the time. Whatever.
You guys want to roll a d20 or something?
No. I only shop at Amazon, you twat.
What's that movement called? But anyway,
Chicks with
there's been a
dicks?
lot.
Why do all the chicks have dicks in your world?
I could put a beer can in my dick hole.
That's me making love to it soon because it comes out on the 31st. I was drunk. I didn't know what I was saying. But number 2, fuck you.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Good stuff, Jeff. That was awesome.
Fuck. I don't remember saying any of that.
Good stuff.
Woo.
Yeah. Man,
We should just release that as an episode and call it good. Just delete all the other episodes.
So, man, that's it, man. I love this. I love what the podcast was. And, yeah. So there's a new animation podcast, but it won't be us. It won't be that. No. Dick Goggler, 6969, none of that.
Wow. That's our legacy, huh?
that leads nicely into what I was gonna say about like my number one, which was the fact that I've been able to be a part of you guys' life, and a lot of you don't know, but I didn't know Michael at all before this. Really, I met him once, maybe beforehand,
Yep.
and now we're good chums.
Yes, we are.
And Jeff, I'm gonna be a friend till the day I die. Apparently, so.
No, man, you came to me, I guess exactly about 4 years ago, asking about doing the podcast, and I've tried to make it a point with like people that I know that get stuff done, like Pete, like the Treehouse or whatever. Like you said you want to do something, and then be like, sure, because I knew you were gonna do it. And same with the podcast. If you said you're going to do a podcast, I knew you were going to do a podcast. You're going to do a game. Kroom's coming out, and that's what's going to happen. So I was like, all right, I'll make it a point to say yes to Pete if he asks something. But I sure as shit knew I couldn't do a podcast about video games because I didn't play them. So I was like, you mind if we maybe a third? A third would be a good idea. I know this guy named Michael. He plays a lot of video games. All right.
That was the reason?
I knew you'd be a good third member, man.
That wasn't the reason.
But you'd be a good contributor with the combo. Like, obviously, you were my friend, dude, not just like he knows video games. But I feel like you'd be a good fit and help fill in the vast amount of knowledge I didn't know. And for those clips, going back and listening, one thing I realized is how much I've learned in the last few years from you guys. Like, man, like even like a simple term like a rogue or a roguelike. Like, you guys were dropping those phrases on me, and I was like, what's a rogue? Like, I didn't know anything. You guys were educating me a lot about different kind of video games and learning stuff about not just that, animation stuff that we were talking about. Like, I feel like overall doing the podcast helped round me out. I also think I'm a better listener now because of the podcast.
That's very true. You did not
Yeah.
listen when we started this.
Yeah. It's true.
That is very true. If you listen to the beginning,
yeah, the
Jeff
first
would just
five,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah. I was talking right over you guys, just like I just did. Yeah.
That never goes away.
But,
I also have an emotional thing to say. I don't know what to say. You guys are great. It's been really fun, and
we'll see you at Extra Life.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Extra Life.
we can just do that.
The Extra Life is, I think we're doing it the second week of November, first week of November, something like that.
Second week November.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out if we're doing it.
all
Well,
that
last
stuff.
year we offset it, so Michael and I and Simmons and Drew and Trevor and everybody that came over to the house, we all did it one weekend, and you and Pete, you and all your guys up in Boston did it another weekend, so that might be the way to do it again. So
Yeah. You guys should do it again on the actual day like you did last time.
yeah, that was a good year. That was seeing Simmons just tackle Tetris the way he did was insane, just absolutely
Yeah.
bonkers.
Yeah. I don't think our social medias are going anywhere, and we definitely need ideas for bets for this Extra Life, because I'm fucking eating a pile of bugs again. So let's do something better.
We got to do something better than eating bugs. That was awful.
I'm glad I had no part in that shit.
Yeah.
Because it probably would have been me. It would have been me. It would have been me. You guys totally killed me last year.
It was because of the bug bet. If you were in on the bet, you would have. People just want to see people suffer. That's why they listen to these podcasts.
Vera's asking if we had to do it all over again, would we do anything different?
I wouldn't.
No. It was exactly what it should have been.
Yeah, maybe not have the call-in episode be when it happened. Maybe put the walling episode right then. I feel like that would have made a big difference.
Yeah, but to your point, and that whole nice little thing you made, that clusterfuck episode is way more us than the walling episode ever was.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It was just us fucking around. And you know, that was a good time. Like all the hang ups on who'd you hang up on? Ray all the time?
Yeah.
That was
Don't you hang
hilarious.
up on me, click.
Yeah.
My fan is turned off in the background just for Jeff this episode.
It's also cooling down right now. It's not nearly as hot.
My bag is pretty sweaty right now, Jeff. Don't fucking speak for me, bitch.
You guys want to do skydiving, Michael? It would be hard to like rope that into the exact same day.
Oh, for Extra Life? I was just
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to do skydiving. No, I don't want to do skydiving ever. That one episode of King of the Hill where Peggy falls and fucking hits the ground,
Yep.
that always stuck with me.
Yep. I'm with you on that.
And then the crows fly and the episode just ends and it's like, what? Peggy dead? It's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't jump out of a moving plane either.
One of our old friends, Pete, Rich McCain, jumped out of a plane during Horton, and they had to go to the backup chute. Like,
Really?
after hearing that, I was like, nope, never skydiving. Nope. Like, it's like,
I think-
rip, nothing happens, and then it's like, hey, you need to hit the emergency. You need to hit the emergency. Because it's like the person that's, like, strapped in has to, like, I guess
Oh,
they have
Jesus.
to reach for that one.
And that was during
that.
Horton, right?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we got at least one Horton story in.
Those were the good old days, huh, boys?
Yeah, all the good old days.
Yeah. The best of times, the worst of times.
Just like right now. This is the best episode we've done in like 20 episodes.
So, I guess that's it, gentlemen.
So we did our top 6s. We have given our animation tips. We have answered questions. We said we're going to do Extra Life, so now we have to, I guess.
I mean, if people want to fucking pile drive with the questions right now, you better fucking do it now, because this shit's wrapping up.
It is wrapping up. This is it, man. In the words, let's see. Do I... What is it that Michael says here?
And laugh at that.
Zing-a-ding, motherfucker!
Sing-a-ding, motherfucker.
Zing-a-ding.
Oh, you know what? We should have went back to our composer and asked him to do a sad version of this.
Oh, yeah.
Hindsight.
Slow it down until it's like one little beat per minute. It's just like an extra 20 minutes of just sad music.
Yeah. The Samchai is trying to get us out by getting us fired as well by asking, could we beat a midget in a bar fight?
I'll answer by saying I don't think I could beat anyone in a bar fight. So.
Yeah, I'd be that guy that just keeps backing up and be like, what's your deal? Cool down, cool it, man. And then I just keep backing up until I just fall down.
There's a guy I knew that I worked with at LucasArts for a little while. I'm not going to mention his name, but he went to school in like Georgetown, Georgia, I think. Is that Georgia in Georgetown? I don't. Irrelevant to the story. But apparently, there's like gangs of little people in this town, and he almost got jumped by a gang of them.
This is what we're gonna end on, Pete.
Yeah, and they said, well, it's an interesting story because apparently they go after tall people, and my friend was really tall, so he said he was walking out of the store one day and he hears, "Hey, motherfucker!" and like all these little people started chasing him. So I assumed he was joking, but he's not a comedic guy, so I knew that that story was true. So,
well,
I'm just trying to end in the best possible way.
This is why we're ending it.
You guys have any parting words?
Yeah, fuck animation reference.
Oh man, well, it's been fun, everybody. Catch us on future things. Maybe we'll see you on Extra Life, and I don't know how long the episodes will actually be up on the websites to download. So if you care about it, you may want to pick them.
Disappearing?
Well, at least
they shouldn't disappear.
They will definitely be fine on YouTube, I guess. So they'll be there, right?
Yeah,
I don't know about iTunes.
I don't know how
stuff.
SoundCloud works.
Yeah.
With that. I'll have to look into it, but it'll always be on YouTube, just like the Treehouse Studios.
Yeah, right.
I seriously don't know the password, so I couldn't take them down if I wanted to.
Well, I guess that's it. I'll sign off for the final time, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, well, I'll play this a little bit. Well, this has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast. We're three veterans of the animation and video game industry. Talk about exactly that. Animation video games. Good night, folks.
Still slurred it.
You son of a bitch.
I love you guys.
Love you guys. Take care.
Take care, man.
Bye-bye.